After the former Everwood star died at age 71 following a motorcycle accident in Vermont on Monday, police are providing new details about the crash. Authorities are providing new details surrounding Treat Williams' untimely death. Williams died on Monday following his involvement in a motorcycle accident on Route 30 by Long Trail Auto near Dorset, Vermont. He was 71. Jacob Gribble, the fire chief for Dorset, Vermont, previously told People the crash happened around 5 p.m. He stated that investigators believed a driver of a car was turning and didn't see Williams' motorcycle before the two collided. The Vermont State Police later identified Williams as the motorcyclist and provided additional details from the crash in a press release on Monday night. Their initial investigation indicated that a 2008 Honda Element was turning left into a parking lot and turned into the path of a northbound 1986 Honda VT700C motorcycle operated by Williams. The former Everwood actor, who was wearing a helmet at the time of the accident, was unable to avoid a collision and was thrown from his motorcycle. He sustained critical injuries and was airlifted to a hospital in Albany, New York, where he was pronounced dead. The driver of the vehicle was checked at the scene for minor injuries and not transported to the hospital. Officials returned to the scene on Tuesday to continue the investigation. Speaking to reporters on site, Vermont State Police Lieutenant Stephen Coote, the station commander of the Shaftesbury Barracks, emphasized that while the preliminary investigation showed the southbound car crossed into the path of the northbound motorcycle, this was not the same thing as saying the driver of the car was at fault. There hasn't been a formal determination yet. We are still analyzing some of the data collected by investigators to determine the at-fault operator, Coote said. Coote noted that the driver of the car was screened at the scene and determined not to be impaired. Williams was not screened due to his injuries. However, since he died later in the evening at the hospital in Albany, there are components of the investigation that will have to wait for the New York State Medical Examiner. This is still an active investigation. We are less than 24 hours into the investigation, so we are still working through a lot of things with our partners, Coote said, adding that several members of the Vermont State Police crash reconstruction team were using tools and technologies to gather more information about the crash, including a drone flight, measurements, and photos. Per Coote, historical data on Route 30 doesn't suggest this is a significant high crash area. It's not what you would call a dangerous intersection, Coote said, adding that any final determination of fault will be made in consultation with the Bennington County State's Attorney's Office, who would also weigh in on whether any possible criminal charges might be warranted in connection with the fatal accident. Asked when new information might be available, the lieutenant replied, "It's tough to determine an exact time frame. I hope to have more answers soon." Williams's longtime agent Barry McPherson confirmed his tragic death in a statement shared with People on Monday. "He was killed this afternoon," McPherson said. "I'm just devastated. He was the nicest guy. He was so talented. He was an actor's actor. Filmmakers loved him. He's been the heart of Hollywood since the late 1970s," he added. "He was really proud of his performance this year. He's been so happy with the work that I got him. He's had a balanced career." Since then, a number of tributes have poured in for the actor from stars across Hollywood, including Gregory Smith, Taylor Kinney, Jonathan Bennett, Naomi Watts, Matt Bomer, and Wendell Pierce. "Treat was a wonderful man and a brilliant actor," Smith, who played Williams' son on Everwood for 4 seasons from 2002 to 2006, told People in part. "Above all, he loved his family so much. I'm very grateful for the time I got to spend as part of his extended TV family. He made an indelible impression on me during my most formative years. I will always cherish my time with Treat and think fondly of his stories, his laugh, and his passion for adventure. Working with and being around Treat was such a special thing that I can't explain. It was like lightning in a bottle," Bennett added, in part. "All he ever wanted to do was make you laugh and entertain you. He was the definition of a showman and brought so much joy to all of us by doing what he loved doing." Williams is survived by his wife, actress Pam Van Sant, and their 2 children, Gil and Ellie.